Your life's greatest moment is now. That's the thought for today. Welcome if you're joining me with the reflections, a few minutes of time in the Word for today from UCB and a few minutes of silence. Grab a cuppa, let's settle down for that quiet start to the day and what reflections God's given to us today. The verse today is from Psalm 118 verse 24. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And look, the sun is shining this morning. I hope it's shining for you too. It's beautiful, and that's when we can really see the blessings that we've been given. So let's see what UCB notes have to say today about your life's greatest moment is now. And it starts off by saying, the greatest moment in your life is now. Not because it's pleasant or happy or easy, but because it's the only moment you've got. Right now, right here. You and me reading this together. This is our moment. Every past moment is irretrievably gone. It's never coming back. If you live there, you lose your life. Now, isn't that something we need to think about? Because so often our thoughts dwell on things that have happened in the past. The future is always out there somewhere. You can spend an eternity waiting for tomorrow or worrying about tomorrow. If you live there likewise, you'll lose your life. So let's just thinking about that. How often do we worry about things that have not happened? And as it says here, you will lose your life. And that's true. We get eaten up by fear and worry. This moment right now is God's irreplaceable gift to you. Hallelujah. Most of all, this is the moment that matters because this is the moment where God is. Yes. Where two or three are gathered in the midst, God is there too. Just think about that. If you're going to be with God at all, you must be with Him now in this moment. That is why the psalmist says, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. It's actually funny, one of my lovely friends and subscribers, Angela, who mentioned this little song the other day. Do you know it? This is the day that the Lord hath made. Sorry, I should have warned you I was going to burst into song. But it's true, and it's a lovely little way to remember that. The reading goes on to say, this is why the prophet Jeremiah said, God's mercies never fail because they are new every morning. What promise. That is why the Apostle Paul said, be careful how you live. Make the most of every opportunity. Understand what the Lord wants you to do. Frederick Buechner wrote, morning, afternoon, evening. The hours of the day, of any day, of your day and my day, the alphabet of grace. If there is a God who speaks anywhere, surely He speaks here, through waking up and working, through going away and coming back again, through the people you meet and the books you read, through falling asleep in the dark. All of this means one thing. The greatest moment in your life is now. I hope you've enjoyed those few words for today. It's definitely given me something to think about. Let's rejoice and be glad in it today and see what blessings God will give us today. So some of you had said you would like to see a little bit more of the sundress styling without jackets. So I wore a sundress today especially so I could show you a couple of ways to do that. Let's go. Another of my little pre-loved sundresses, what I like about this one is the straps are wide enough that you don't need to wear a strapless bra. That's a win-win in my opinion. Now, two ways to wear this dress. I wanted to show you a colourful way and a more muted way. But because it's warm, and usually it's warm when we're wearing our sundresses, I like to keep my jewellery very simple because the heavier the jewellery, the more warmer it makes me feel. So today I've kept it very simple with some Monica Villager jewellery, which I love. Let's finish the look. I like to use a scarf to add a bit of a statement. Now I have a couple of ways for you to do that, and I really like to tie it at an angle, a triangle at my waist. I think right away you've just got that lovely little look. I'm just wearing tan accessories today because this bit's colourful. Let's keep the shoes and the bag neutral. Out like that, or if you're feeling too warm that way, I roll the point in, and what I want to do is make it into like a belt, just to add a little bit of interest at the waist. Just tie it in a double knot. I think that's how I'm going to wear it today to the office, because it's not in the way, plus if I'm wearing my jacket first thing, well then that doesn't look as if there's too much material, etc. So that's how you jizz up a sundress on its own. You can wear lots of bangles if you want. Again, I do not like heavy bangles if it's too warm, so I've just put on a few bits of simple jewellery. And I love magenta and green together. I think they're beautiful. These colours are in the scarf. These things are all pre-loved, either charity shopped or given to me, and I love it. This is a little vintage Marks and Spencer's. It's quite vintage because it's got lovely detail in there, as you can see. 3/4 length, really lovely little jacket, sort of collarless roll. It's bent back, and I've just popped for a bit of statement this brooch on. I think you can't underestimate how nice a brooch looks on things in general. My tan gladiators. Now I could have went with a green or pink back, I have them both, but I feel it's nice to mute things down just a little. I'm wearing enough colour, I've got the colour in the jacket, I've got the colour in the scarf, and the tan looks beautiful with the green. So that's one option. Let me try a more muted down version for those of you who don't like to wear colour. So let's layer up some jewellery just for a different look. I'm going to put on a grey jacket. So this, just to add this little bit of interest here, and this is light enough to wear on one day. Plus I've got this beautiful one, which brings out the greens in the dress. I do like to layer up my jewellery. We've got our necklaces. Now to add this lovely grey blazer. Another brooch, little bicycle. That one actually came from Temu. I think it was £1. And you know what, it's fine. I do like to collect brooches. Right, there we go. Mute it. Doesn't matter if you're colourful or you're muted, you're still beautiful in every way. Let's let our personalities shine today. And remember, this is the day that the Lord has made. I hope you'll join me next time for Ruthy Reflections. In the meantime, you guys take care and God bless, and keep on being your own kind of